The more time that goes by that I do not drink alcohol, the more stupid I feel for all of the years that I totally imbibed to the point of blackout, which, let me define blackout. Blackout is not passing out. Blackout is when you have had so much alcohol that you are no longer aware of what you're doing. You are walking around, eyes wide open, talking, moving. Oftentimes people didn't even know I was in blackout when I was in blackout. But you are acting the fool, making disastrous decisions, sometimes downright dangerous decisions, and you don't even recognize what you're doing. You have a vague recollection of it the next day. You may not even remember at all what you did, but you are ruining your life, quite literally. And the hangover the next day. I don't know why I put up with that. I don't know why I put up with 2, sometimes 3 days of feeling like absolute shit. And my body was just downtrodden, tired, depleted, not to mention the anxiety of a hangover. Just feeling like the world was going to end, feeling like I was unhinged and I did not have a good grasp on my life. And I had guilt and shame, especially for the actions that I undertook while in blackout. I wasn't closer to any of my friends after a night out of drinking. I don't even remember a third of the conversations that were even had. By the end of the night, I had absolutely no recollection of my other friend, and I was just trying to survive and get back home in one piece. So to say that alcohol is a great time with your friends and like leads to you connecting to your friends and having a great time and building memories to last a lifetime, no. That is not the case. You don't remember any of your conversations. There is no connection happening when you're all drinking. And I know people whose relationships are completely centered and based around drinking. Tell me how you have a good relationship. Tell me how you have a love relationship with somebody when you're drunk 75% of the time. How are you having any real connection? How are you having any real physical intimacy with somebody when you're drunk during the majority of those experiences together? There is no connection being built. Not to mention, it just makes you ugly. It ages you. I grew up in a religion that forbade alcohol. Alcohol was very taboo. So I didn't start drinking until I was 40. I'm 47. And yes, I have the Light Foundation filter on. But when I'm outside, people are in shock that I am 47. They do not believe I'm 47. I get it all the time. You look 33. The reason why I don't look old is because I did not start drinking until my 40s. And most people were out here drinking starting late into their teens up to their 40s. And you can tell. It makes you wrinkly. It dries out your hair. It makes you put on pounds. You look bloated. It makes you ugly. I don't understand what the payoff is. And my last rant on alcohol is going to be this. I have seen so many of my party friends that I used to drink with to blackout completely make shit shows of their lives. And I'm the last one to judge because a lot of these people had trauma. But I've seen them become drug addicted. I've seen them become functioning alcoholics. I've seen them get into relationships that are just toxic. They're dysfunctional. And they shouldn't be with these people, but because they're drunk 75% of their life, they don't even recognize how bad the relationship is. They're quite literally living in a daze. They can't make cognitive, critical decisions for themselves because alcohol has disconnected them from their spirit and their soul and their authentic self. And they are walking around spending every weekend getting smashed, numbing themselves to their greatest potential. Alcohol is a freaking scam, and the fact that we have let it grow and become such an embedded part of our culture is embarrassing. We need to evolve out of this rut of poisoning ourselves every single weekend and, all the time at every social gathering and every social event because we don't want to be present in our lives. I was at a freaking pickleball tournament yesterday at my gym. And athletes were there, world-class athletes. And all of these booths were around like promoting green juice and sunscreen and things that are actually healthy for our bodies. And there were a multitude of alcohol booths. Explain to me how that makes sense. Make it make sense. Alcohol booths right next to the green juice booth? Like, no, it is not the same, okay? Alcohol is out here to decrease your lifespan, increase your exposure to horrible diseases like cancer and the like, not to mention all of the terrible things that I just listed in this video. It should not be on the same platform as green juice. And it's about time that we start talking about it and denormalizing it, because it makes absolutely no sense. It's absolute insanity. We should be leveling up as a society and a culture and demanding more for ourselves. And being present is the key to the kingdom. It is how you bring in your greatest life. It is how you're your happiest and most peaceful. And alcohol quite literally robs you of the ability to be present and to be in the now. It's a racket.